grow and dance, and and this is how they grow up and play more and betting.
Betting, gambling.
Mainly the gambling issue. But they started in betting and then it goes to the gambling issue. Around each school in Bosnia, I mean we've done this in Bihar and Sarajevo, there was at least 5 betting shops around each school. That means that all these students, their program was...
Sir, what we can call you? Can call you your name?
Ian Suleonshi.
Suresh,
Yes, Suleonshi.
So we are very happy to be here
Thank you.
and sit by your college, and thank you for giving us the chance to talk about aspiration economy, growth economy, and business. This is I gone to 49 countries, but in the last 5 years we stayed. I mean, we established our centers and so on in 9 countries, including a country we didn't visit, like Palestine. She's, for example, head of the Aspiration Economy Society in Bahrain. Besides, she is the head of research for an Equal Institute. We have 3 organizations here that we are potential that we can collaborate with. First of all, just to assure you, we are multidisciplinary professors. Even though I am biophysics and bioengineer, besides being knowledge management, besides being economist. Okay, and we teach together.
Okay.
All our classes. When I am retired now from university since last year, but we teach.
But we
always
used to mix our students. I
Okay.
used to take my sociology student to his business classes,
Okay.
and he bring his business students to my
And we evaluate students like this, based on the multidisciplinary approach. And we call upon you to follow this.
Please.
Yes, yeah. Just as breakfast. So this is the way that we are established aspiration economy.
To be registered in the EU. So
The EU. So
registered in the
eventually you registered in EU, because after 3 years we can get also some support. Now I am paying for that so far, all our activities and so. But we are hoping with time we get EU funds also, besides getting sponsor funds. The idea of aspiration economy is that we do socio-economic changes in the society with minimal resources. And by the way, most of my teachers that I learn from to come to this stage is Indians. Okay. I'm not telling teachers, they didn't teach me in school, they teach me on the real life. So I used to go with them around the world to solve problems. And from there I started to build up my own concept. They used to solve more problems in industry. I go to more socio-economic, not economy, only socio-economic. So we talk about, we solve problems of poverty, problems of migration of youth, problems of health, problem of instability in the economy, problem of women empowerment, all type of problems that we talk about. And we have maybe, at least I'm not sure if we can have given you. We have about 90 projects that we have done models for. We have a reference model. Today we'll talk about some of them when we have chance, and we can give you more if you are interested. We are interested. We are also so under this umbrella. This is now one of our institutes became one of our activities. So we have many other activities. For example, we have 2 journals that we publish in USA. And they are bi-yearly. So we have 6 months. Yes. And this is most of them in the 3rd to 4th year. Already you apply for Scopus, for example. So we're going into in the right direction. We established 21 books. We have also magazines. We have forums. We did forums, and I'm talking about an organization that only 4 years ago was established. The ideas was there for some time. But we established this after we started to do the models and so on. Yeah. Hello sir, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
And
Sir, you have your copy.
yes, sure. So what I was saying is the idea is that we are looking forward for to do more projects. We don't want to be only talking to academics. I hope that you are talking to practitioner academics who would like to do some projects in the field with through their students. And this is also why I think Dr. Ghosh and others, they are interested in that. Because we want to increase the number, we want to see India. Okay, as always I tell to any country I go and stay in. We want to see India is full of best practices that has been managed to be changed by values. Because we can change lots of things by money, but we cannot change value-related issues by money. Okay? And always we say it's not about how much you do, it's about the way you do it. Okay? So it's the way we're going to do it. We crack problems that you see or your students see or selected in collaboration with us, and we can solve the problems. Yesterday, for example, we're going to the waste pickers organization. And this is an organization we're going to start with. It will be an opportunity for your students to see how we are going to crack this problem. Okay? Because always we say, innovation doesn't come by coincidence. If you want them to be innovative, creative thinkers, they really have to see, go to the school of life. And this is an opportunity that we build together. Through this, because we are scientists also, we always going to do measurements, not sympathetic way. We measure things before, after, we bring from a case study, we publish it, and it will be a good rating also for the university. And that's the idea we are targeting at the moment. So through our collaborative partner, Dr. Ghosh and his team, we are looking forward for long-term relationship. Yes, you did that. So I'm not sure if we have time. You're going to go with us to the lecture?
Yeah.
So we can give you, But I'll give you this book now. Me and Dr. Ghosh.
गीतांजलि ये बंद करना होगा नहीं ये रखो अभी ग्रुप फोटो भी लगेगा ना तो जो छावा मैम आ
Very democratic principle.
स्ट्रेट भी आ रहे हैं हाँ थैंक यू
Okay, thank you.
Welcome you all. Let us welcome honorable dignitaries with a huge round of applause as well. Welcome sir, welcome madam. Now, may I request and invite Professor Mrs. S.S. Goswami Madam, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, HPTRY, RVK Science College, to throw some light on the concept of this event.
Good morning all. Today I am standing before you for welcoming the guests for today's function. A very warm welcome, sir and madam, at this holy place, Nashik. Centenary year celebrated both the Education Society's HPTRY and RVK Science College premises. We are having Vidyarthini Manch platform for last so many years, but since last 2 years, University has changed it to Vidyarthi Vyaktimatva Vikas Mandal. That means not only girls but also boys are also included in this mandal. In addition to our co-curricular activities, we have multiple dimensions which are made open to the students on this occasion. We organize expert guest lectures on various subjects such as yoga, self-defense, health awareness, teenage problems, diet and health, women rights, laws for women also, various entrepreneurs, and today it's a special day that we have the guests from abroad, Bahrain. So on behalf of HPTRY, on behalf of Gokhale Education Society, on behalf of Disabilities Vikas Mandal, I warmly welcome the guests, and as a coordinator of this mandal, I also welcome the guests. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Now, may I request and invite Honorable Principal P.L. Suryushi sir, Principal HPTRY and RIK Science College, to introduce today's guest of honor and introductory speech.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Feels like that you are present. Today's chief guest and the founder of International Institute of Inspiration Economy in Bahrain, Dr. Muhammad Jasim Duhiji, Honorable guest of honor and the assistant professor in the University of Bahrain and scientific committee chairwoman in Bahrain, Honorable Dr. Mia Ahmed Madam. The in charge of Vidyarthini Manch, Professor Mrs. Goswami Madam, Dr. Ghosh, or another guest of honor, Professor Dr. Zaurashia, head of the Electronics Department, my colleagues who are supporting this particular Vidyarthini Manch, all of the members of this committee, all the students, dear student friends, it is indeed a very good occasion for all of us to interact with the persons from the other country. Let me just give the brief information about our college, because that will be little, important for the guest point of view. This college was established in 1924. We have just completed 94 years and we are running in 95 years, sir. When it was established, there were only 100 students in 1924 and one among them was a girl student. 99 students and one girl student. Today I would like to just tell you that we have about 3,000 students in senior college, that means after 12, and about 5,500 students including junior college, and more than 50% girl students are there in the college. Students means the girl proportion is more than 50%. Last year we had about 2,844 total number of students, and the number of girls among them were 1,568. More than 50% students are girl students now in this college. This is one thing that I would like to emphasize here for the knowledge of the guest. Another thing I would like to just tell that this at the college level, the number of students taking education in the senior college all over India, you will be surprised to know that there are about 3,64 lakh number of students taking education in the colleges, means first year, second year, third year, and more than 80% of students are housed in the senior colleges like BA, BSc and BCom programs. Only about 5% of students go in engineering and medical, and less than 3% students are in postgraduate and PhD programs. I feel you are all from the MScs and MAs postgraduate programs, so you are fortunate actually to belong into the category where there are only 3% to 5% students are getting education. That is, very good thing that you have to remember, and our college takes efforts to organize such lectures or expose the students to the various sources of the knowledge. This is one out of that. The guests today are from the country Bahrain, and they would like to talk with you on the topic which is also new probably, that is inspiration economy or youth economy. These are the concepts which are little new to us, and sir is going to talk on this particular topic. It's my great privilege to introduce Dr. Mohammed Bushiji sir. He is the founder of International Institute of Inspiration Economy, Bahrain. That is the concept of inspiration economy, inspiration lab, and youth economy. So if I read, there are many things very new to us. That's inspiration lab. We have already we know that number of labs, but the inspiration lab is new concept to us. Inspiration economy projects, inspiration economy education, inspiration recognition program, inspiration best practices visits, and global inspiration economy reports, inspiration economic index. These are the words which are very new to us, and he is the person who is the founder of such new concepts. He is an international expert in knowledge management, excellence practices, value-based management, innovation management, learning organization, social partnership programs, and entrepreneurs developers. He is the person who is also involved in developing the entrepreneurs, molding the entrepreneurs. He is the expert in innovation economy programs, cybernetics, and systems engineering and social engineering. He was the managing director of HPTRY management consultancy in Bahrain. Actually, it is for 4 countries: Bahrain, Qatar, Oman, and KSA. Established since the year 2000. He led and developed systems and change management programs in major consultancy projects for more than 90 government ministries and organizations in different GCC countries. Moreover, he is assessor. He has assessed and consulted for more than 300 private and public organizations, and he is the founder of IIE and has a partnership with the home partners, that is Peace Research and Development Foundation, to promote the idea and concept of inspiration youth economy by running different projects and programs. This is the brief introduction. He is the expert. Kindly welcome him by the round of applause. I would like to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Dunia Ahmad Madam. Dr. Dunia Ahmad Madam is an assistant professor and lecturer in the Department of Social Sciences at the University of Bahrain and Strategic Planning Development Advisor in the Supreme Council of Kuwait. In addition, she is Scientific Committee Chairperson in the Institute of Inspiration Economy, EU and MENA. She completed her PhD in social work at the University of Warwick. She is the first person to hold PhD in social work in Bahrain, specialized and concentrates mainly on gender equity and the right of people with disabilities. She is the co-founder of Inspiration Economy concept, journals, projects, institutions around the world. She is also the member of editorial board of several international scientific journals, in addition of being an active member of several NGOs and President of Inspiration Economy Society in Bahrain. And we welcome her by a round of applause. They are with us today to interact with you. Dr. Ghosh is also accompanying them. Dr. Ghosh is the head of the Department of Defense Studies in Bosla Military College, and he has interest in such lectures, and he is there. I welcome him also, and kindly welcome him by the round of applause. Yes, friends, I know that you will be getting a very good that knowledge also, and a good interaction to improve your knowledge, because our aim is to get education and develop our personality with the broad knowledge. And the person today is going to talk on the concept which is very new to us, or we can say that it is the emerging concept all over the world. I take this opportunity to welcome Honorable Dr. Muhammad Buheji Sahib and Dr. Dunia Ahmed Abdullah Madam and Dr. Ghosh on behalf of all of you present over here, and on behalf of the Vidyarthini Manch, on behalf of the HPT Arts and RYT Science College. Welcome you, sir, and I congratulate all my staff members, specifically Goswami Madam and her team members, and Dr. Chaurashia sir, and special thanks to our commerce student Nikhil Singh, because he is the key person who has made it possible to bring this base to our college.
So he is the spokesperson of PRDF.
Yes, he is a spokesperson of PRDF. He is our student, and I wish you all the best for this lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, to delight the occasion. Now, it is our proud and immense pleasure to felicitate honorable dignitaries present over here, especially for the program on behalf of HPT Arts and RYT Science College. First, we would like to felicitate Dr. Muhammad Buheji sir. Now, may I request respected principal and president of today's function to felicitate and welcome Dr. Muhammad Buheji sir. Thank you, sir. Now, may I request Professor Mrs. S.S. Goswami Madam, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, to honor Dr. Dunia Ahmed Madam. Thank you, madam. May I request Dr. A.D. Chaurasia sir to felicitate Dr. Ghosh sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all dignitaries. Okay, it is our immense pleasure. Sorry.
On behalf of Triple IE, Institute of Inspirational Economy, and PRDF, Peace Research and Development Foundation, it is an NGO. It is an NGO, Nashik-based NGO, who is working for the reformation of social sphere of the city. Thank you. Presented, which is written by Buheji Ahmed. It is on EOD Marali and it will be available in your library. If anyone of you is interested, you please go to this book. And it is available in his website also. Thank you.
Thank you all the dignitaries. Again, now, It is the time for which we all are waiting for. Now may I request and invite today's distinguished speaker, Honorable Dr. Dunia Ahmad Madam, to address the August gathering. Dunia Ahmad Madam.
It's very important for India because now you are considered one of the top 5 economies. And India within 2025 is expected to be #1 economy. Okay? But with this economy, when we see me, don't see the camera. Don't worry about the camera. I am here, the important guy. Yes. Thank you. So when we have graduates like you, it's not enough that we have part of our brain. Our brain is made of two sides of the brain, right? We have the right and the left. Now, when we study science, okay, and we don't study humanities, or we don't get interacting with our problem community, either we do one of two things. Either we live down or our life because we think we are productive and we'll be professional, we put the tie, we go to work and so on, but we don't care about the poverty in front of us and in front of our houses, okay, or the youth and so on. Or we migrate, okay, and there are lots of people, they run away by migrating because they want to live. They say I live life one time, so better I migrate, I live in America or something like this. And we've seen this happening in lots of countries that we visited. We've seen this in Bosnia, we've seen this in Slovenia, we've seen this in Morocco. Countries we go and stay 3 months. And one of the major problems is migration. Okay? Migration is actually part of weaknesses because, especially if you come to a country like this, where they are telling you in 2025 you'll be #1. So anything, any need that you're going to throw here, it's going to sound all the way to America and China and all over the world. So it depends on you. So it depends on your intrinsic powers. Those who depend on extrinsic powers, the power of others, the power of companies, big companies, they go and migrate. Or they try to make companies outside. But who make a company here with this bureaucratic system, which is growing up now to be a better system and so on, little by little, of course you're going to be a differentiated person. Because your business here will be differentiated based on value. So for that, I've chosen to speak to you guys about the future foresight economy, because I'm writing a book now about this issue, and we believe that this is part of our what we do in your economy and so on. We solve problems of today so that we avoid to have it in the future. Okay. One of the main foresight of the future is thinking about the future. Okay. You have to think from now. What is the future? What is the future? Not also about artificial intelligence or car without a driver or plane without a pilot. This is not the future. The future, for example, what will happen? Yesterday we visited the waste pickers. What will happen to these people? If tomorrow the government become advanced and they decided to say we will control all the waste. Okay? Either we stay politically and defend their rights, or we do something about that, right? So we have to prepare them for the future. We have to prepare them to see the opportunity. The waste picker, do you think they have a future? Yes, they have a future. And they have it wealth maybe better than your wealth. Because waste is a wealth. Now many countries, they used to throw waste in other countries. Or damage in the sea, or damage in the ground, right? Today many countries are fighting for this waste. Because they started to see, with the now depleting resources, that this waste is a source of capital. Okay? So this is very important that we see the future and get interactive with our social economy. What will happen to Indians after with lots of people coming middle class? We'll start to see many diseases that we didn't see before. Like for example cancer, okay, like NCDs, which is non-communicable diseases, which means like asthma, blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, which is I'm one of them. Okay, so you can see this all among middle class. Okay, because you are having lots of people coming to the class, and you can see this now. Today you will start to see this very clearly in India. Okay. especially Indians living in the Gulf. Okay, they are having too much problem with that issue. So from that we people, you guys, when you do masters in humanities or you do masters in management, you are the doctors of the society. You are the doctors of the society. You are supposed to be not a professional so that you get recruited in IT and you become a job seeker. You can be a job creator. A job creator, not only entrepreneur, but even social entrepreneurship. One of the missing opportunities in this country, which is I see that it's a lot of opportunity, is that we should establish more social for-profits. Even colleges like this can be social for-profit. They do social work, but at the end of the day, they will return the money, they pay well-paid staff, okay, instead of having low-paid staff and they run away and so on. Okay, a good-paid maybe also students who will solve problems of the society, and you get more profit from getting the projects, socio-economic project solving. For example, the waste pickers that we got yesterday, do you think it is something that they need a charity? No. They need reorganizing of their way of life. Reorganizing what they pick. Okay? Just organizing the way they pick, could define the way they pick, and targeting certain areas like this college, like hospitals like this, we can start to make from them some profit so that their children become a life dignity and they become lower middle class at least. Okay? And by the way, I'm not talking this about dreams. I'm talking about this that we've seen it, a good quality life for waste pickers, but organized waste pickers in Germany, in Japan, and other countries of the world. So for that we need to think about the future from this point of view, not only about technology. So unfortunately, think about future today, it's also about technology. The other issue is that we should think about the future industry and future community. What is the relation after 10 years from now, 20? Because foresight economy is not like forecasting economy. Foresight economy means that we're going to think about 10 to 20 years. Some countries, they are talking about 50 years from now. What will happen to this university after 10 years from now? Okay, how it should look, how it can bring resources. And from now, we should do some work and some labs so that we can get more fund for this university. And we try this, so after 10 years, we're not getting by surprise. Okay? So not anymore becoming like a science that we can test, and I will challenge or request all of you to think about doing something about foresight economy and inspiration. And we need to test the future. We can test the future from today by thinking in different ways, and I'll show you later about the case studies that we have for this. So we're talking about then exploring how we develop the future in different ways, and this is what we need to test, analyze the future, and also engage with the future. Okay, and this means all of them require what? They require one thing. Okay, which is Auntie told us that we be the change we want to see in the world. Okay, that's why we are celebrating these days on these concepts and how we live and how we manage. Okay, and always we say, and always I say, if there was a prophet, we believe, or believe, there was prophets after the prophets and after. That's why I would say Gandhi is a prophet, because he did many things that is really extraordinary. The difference between Gandhi and us, he discovered his intrinsic powers. When he was thrown out of the train in South Africa. So for that Gandhi became, he decided to say, I will influence the world without the power. He used to be a lawyer and sitting in the chair, autocrat, okay, and his education and so on. He used to follow the law and concepts and so on. But then he said, no, we can influence people even if we are not having power. For that he avoided even to be in the first government of India. So when we talk about the future, we talk about thoughts. What is our thoughts? And our thoughts, the problem with our thoughts is sometimes it's controlled by the school of the college. While we need most of the time, school of life to be also with the school of school. Is there a difference between school of life and school of school? Who can tell me? So see, today I have for you 2 books. Okay, these are books, electronic books, and you can download it from Amazon. Okay, and they are very expensive. So those who can really cooperate with me, I'm going to give you this book. Okay. So what are the thoughts that's controlled by school of thought, by school of life, and school of school? Anyone? Yeah, is there any difference? Come on, don't tell me that Sandeep University is better than it. Yes, don't tell me that. Because yesterday we had very good, and they were undergraduates, by the way. So what is the difference between, what do we do in the school of school? Anyway? We study, right? We need to study, right? And hopefully, sometimes we don't need to learn, because learning is changing of mindsets. Okay? And I would like you to write down, please, or remember, because I asked you this later, the mindset is made of 4 things. So your learning will be not completed unless you have these 4 things change. First thing, your assumption should be changing. Every year, if you pass every year, and you go to second before even finishing your master, and you are not changing your assumptions, then you are not learning. Then no use of getting to the school, as if you were outside the school. Okay? This assumption should change for you the second thing in the mindset, which is the attitude. Okay? This attitude will change for you your behaviors, because the most difficult thing to control is our what? Behaviors and our reflections. So it is assumptions, attitudes, behaviors, and reflections that we need to change. Always I tell Nikhil, and I really want to give another applause for Nikhil, please. Okay. I told him, the more you do whatever you are doing today, the more you'll be successful student. Even the ladies with us are doing the same thing they are doing. Okay? They are giving their time for free. They are not getting anything. Even their parents, when they will tell them, or their family, tell them, what you are doing? You are not making money. You are not in education. So you are wasting your time. We measured 17,000 students, high school students in Bahrain. Bahrain is a very small country, 1.2 million. Okay? So approximately all high school, finishing high school in 2013, 2014, that's the year. Okay? We found out is that the most inspiring students are the students that they give voluntary work, whether in their home, whether in their society, or whether in their school. The more they are involved with NGOs, the more they are going to be inspiring. So what he's doing is not free. He knows that he's building a wealth for him. This wealth will be very different than a student who got a master's, only he's doing master's in electrical and electronics. Okay? A student who did master in electrical. So what he'll do, he'll wait for a job, or he'll be entrepreneur for electrical and electronics. But this guy, he has what we call, at Mandi called for, holistic thinking. Right? So he has different, his 2 minds is working together. Not only his 2 minds. Our God has given us 4 lobes, similar to any lobes of animals. Only the frontal lobe is very different. Okay? Which is even different than the nearest animal to us. What is the nearest animal to us? Come on guys. Okay? What's the nearest animal to us? The chimpanzee, right? The nearest animal to us has the same frontal lobe like us. Only its size is by half. Okay? So our frontal lobe, okay, the brain, you can Google it today, is double the size of the chimpanzee compared to our size. Okay? This frontal lobe is the ability to associate. So this guy and similar people who can give to the society and solve the problems of the society while they are in education, or even after doing their postgraduate and so on, for sure they're going to have the ability to associate things better than us. Okay. So for that we say that school of life is very important. School of life is the opposite of school. What's why I said about school? You learn or you study, then you get tested, right? School of life is what? You get tested and then you learn. Okay? So there is no education in school of life. School of life is direct learning. While we here, even the best professors, always can't claim that they are 100% creating a learning. Even when we do the evaluation, right, at the end of the course, we can't claim that we did the outcome, similar outcome. We call it pilots and silos to measure, the performance outcome of the course and the program and so on. You can't claim that. If you claim that, you are bluffing and so on. But school of life, you can do a real learning. Every day, in the last 2 days with us, he's learning. From the first time, when he came late to the airport, I gave him a learning lesson. And I am sure he will not repeat it. Okay? Because he's a very ambitious, he wants to learn. He said, sir, I want to learn from my mistakes. And this is, by the way, the learning that we can build up. When he go and see the people in reality, whether the villages that we visited or the as we told you, the poor people and so on. Okay, we visited, people who are in poverty and taught in school buses and so on. This all is affecting his thought and his intuition and improving his feeling and sensation at the end of the day. So we are talking about formulas that are going to change and will make us build up what we call smart community. We have better judgment. Do you think today you have a good judgment? No. Few people can claim, only the wise people, they work on judgment level. Most of us who work on opinion level. And is there a difference between judgment and opinion? There is not, right? Judgment is based on facts. And you are people who are supposed not to take an action. This is why there is a difference between you as a master people and hopefully some of you PhDs and others. Because you do everything based on facts. So we'll not be sympathetic when we go to the villages or we see the doorman and so on and just we give him a few rupees and we go away and say, oh, that's, and then I sleep at night very comfortable. No. What I did to his life, how much I changed my community. I'm getting better educated, but what was the other's life? Can I improve the other? If your quality of life is developing and the other people around you are not developing and you are running away for migration, then what you are doing what we call growth. If you want to do a real development, you have to develop your society, your community, doing more projects. And for that I call upon the professors to do these more projects for you. You can open this windows, man. Maybe it will help you if you want. Since you are. So we're talking about 5 things that we can talk about and show you now in the case studies. The first thing is about imagining the solutions. Okay, we need to imagine the solutions. Okay, and then it will help us to we build up a story. So for example, yesterday when we got to the waste pickers, we start to build them a story of how their life can be different. Okay? When we go to the village, we told them how their life can be different. Without depending on resources. Because you are bringing money only for charity from America or from rich people in India or middle class in India. Then what you are doing, you are keeping them at this level. You want to create them at this level. You want to prove their dignity. So that they don't wait for you. They develop their own power. They can carry their own women in the village. How many women in India or Nashik that they are sitting at home without any work and so on, and they don't have any income? So many, isn't it? I'm not talking about even educated or non-educated women. Okay? So remember that we can differentiate the future by thinking about different solutions and possibilities and starting to work for it from today. So when we go to the valley women, what's the valley name? The valley name we visited? Vinod Valley. Okay. I forget. I don't know. Okay. Say it later. Okay. So this is an example. But we wanted to create a mindset for them because they were expecting something that to be given to them. Well, okay. We told them no. You start from the intrinsic power. You start the bazaar and you're gonna buy. Okay. Bazaar of anything. Okay. Just start. Because don't let people forget that they have the intrinsic power. Don't again help people to be demolished more. Instead of making supply versus demand, this is our formula for all our economy principles that we talked about. Youth economy, inspiration economy, foresight economy, resilience economy. All of them, they meet in one issue. That we don't work on the formula that the economists know, which is supply versus demand. We work on the formula of capacity versus demand. So we are working to see what is the areas, what is the niche. Didn't we study in management or humanities to find the niches in the market, right? Or find the niches in the society? So this is the niche. What is the niche that we are looking for? And we use the method what we call the method of observation to change this issue, to bring the psychology and use the methodology of thinking in a proper way. We do measurements of the future so that we improve our perspectives. What's the problem happening to us today? The more we are educated, ladies and gentlemen, the more we are educated, the more we have like this perspective. So I start to see the people as I have left my education studies. Okay? Why? If you want to have the holistic approach thing, then you need to do lots of projects. Lots of projects. You don't wait for a job so that they give you a project inside the job. You start from today, like Nikhil is doing as colleagues for Professor. You are doing many projects so that they spread the idea that we can change India a different way. We don't want India to go only to Mars. We want India that built the power of youth, so that youth see the potential future here. Build the power of women so that they are not afraid to get empowered. Build the power of disabilities, build the power of elderly people, build the power of children so that they see the future here and they don't dream they don't have a dream only to be engineers or doctors and so on. They have a dream that they will change India to the better. And they'll make better India there. Starting from their doorsteps. Not talking about India and not doing anything. If you love India, it's not by celebrating by Gandhi's birthday only or going into celebrations and dancing and so on. Okay? It's about doing some projects. Okay? Prove to me you guys are better than the Chinese. Prove to me you are better than the Balkans. Prove to me that you are better than the Bosnians and so on. You can do it, I'm sure you can do it if you think in a different way, and then you can reach to a level what we call differential diagnosis. Okay? It's a technique that we take from physicians. How they, the good physicians, not any physician, how they will solve a chronic problem of a disease. Okay, and this is what we do. We claim we are doctors of the society, we solve problems in different ways. This will help us to see the future in a different way, so that we can start to see, we change our mindset, and we know what we can realize because we go through 3 steps. Okay, the first step is only observation, then absorption, once we start to do projects, then realization. Is there a difference between realization and awareness? Come on. I want to give someone this. Help me. It's good that I didn't bring such book from Bahrain. I'll be crying if I brought such books and nobody answers. The difference between realization and awareness, it is about putting concepts into reality. When you realize things, you start to do it. And this is what Gandhi did. This is the difference between Gandhi school and any other politician school. Okay, this is the difference between, again, director school, Peter director school, and any management professor school. Okay, because you are talking about the director, Peter director, which is one of the best, by the way, because he changed many, factories and so on. And when he was in Germany and he gone to America later and so on. So we are talking about different perspectives that we can build together, that will help us to visualize the future. Visualization is not like imagination. Visualization of the future is that you believe in the future. If you hear Muhammad Ali, if you hear Gandhi, if you hear even Mahathir Mohamad, if you hear anybody that is a leader, which is about where Singapore, okay? Any leader, you not hear them, they say, I think. We always hear them, they say, I believe, right? So the belief here didn't come by coincidence. He is living his visualization. Okay, whatever stories we are giving around, when we go on today, we'll talk to the principal also here, there are stories that we believe we can do it. The failures will come only to give us a lesson, because maybe God wants us to give us a lesson, or many things in our hand. Okay? Maybe only 10% God will test us on that. Other things will give us 90%. You will say, okay, because of you guys, you promised, because Dr. Gosh didn't do his job, because the principal didn't do his job, because the student didn't do their job. So this is why we need to think about the different ways to solve our society problem. And for that we'll go into 9 stages. I will not take your time to go into these 9 stages, because I want to talk about practical. But at the end of the day, we'll build what we call something, will move to be, instead of constrained mindset, no proper assumption, only one assumption, no change of attitude, no change of behavior. Oh, if my parents tell me, oh, you have changed. No, you say, why didn't you change? Actually, you should be proud that you are changing. Isn't this what Gandhi taught us? Be the change, always change, every day change. But not changing of attitude only. Changing of assumptions, the way we see life. Okay? Because the more we see life in a different way, the more we can give life in a different way. Okay? And this will differentiate us from the others, by the way. And for that we said yesterday, I said that India for sure, if it continue, it will be better than China. But if it started to be a manufacturing driven, it's by bulk, by numbers, but not taking care about values, which you are differentiating, you are having high values in the society, because of your religions and so on, your resilience, then you will be leading. And when you are differentiating yourself by values and religions, you will be leading because you are developing in reality. So the more we do changes and take pauses, you know, pauses are very important in life. If you didn't take a pause, try to learn every birthday, every celebration, or every year, okay, New Year, try to wait and evaluate yourself. How many things I have done this year in the society? Did I contribute to my society or not? Okay. Ladies in the back, either you listen or you leave. Okay, this is my principle here. Because if you don't respect me, respect the right of others. You are affecting maybe 4 people around you at least. Okay, so again, changes and pauses is very important for us. Because they will help us to have this concentrated mindset. It will improve our spirit. It will help us to, again, another change and pause will have, let us see the foresight of the future in a proper way, and we'll start to visualize things. So after 5 years from now, I can visualize what is the waste pickers situation if they follow our plan, and we start to work with them, and we bring students like you guys, you work with these people, and you bring even generation for the, not only for them, even for the college to waste. Okay, so this is an example of imagining the future. So it is about seeing things in a different way, seeing the future that is seen today or in the future. Can you open case studies? Let's go again back. Okay, thank you, break is finished. So that we finish early. I hope now you will give us a chance to give you, as I said, some gifts and so on. The idea we came here, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, is that we want to encourage you to do projects. And I think we are having now a good bridge. University always look for bridges to build up with the community. We are having a good bridge with the BRDF society, through Professor Ghosh and us, that we can help you in doing lots of collaboration to do projects. No use of doing your master about sitting in the library and taking papers here and there and putting it together, and then you're doing questionnaire very quickly and that's it. This is an opportunity for you. You think it is a problem, and always we say when there is a problem in front of us, or a challenge, okay, it is an opportunity for us, so that we develop, so that our assumptions change, so that we can contribute to the society. Every one of us has a contribution factor. You might live this life and you have maybe the best PhD in the world from Harvard, but your real contribution to your community is nil. Okay? Or you might have driven BSc or lower, and your contribution is very high. Okay? Yesterday you see people that are not dedicated, but they are doing something for their community. We've seen women, isn't it, Prof. Ghosh, the first day in the valley, and they are doing so much to their community and so on, they're changing women and so on. So this is an example of where we can do lots of changes. So let me go to start some case studies and then the opinion will take over. Okay. Getting slower for some reason. So these are visits that we did around the world, just example. I'm giving you what is we did the forums. And usually, sir, after each project, if the student do many projects, we can do a forum with you. If you come here and we bring experts also, and they evaluate the projects, and then they go and see the projects inside and so on. So this is an example of forums around the world. We lectured in many universities around the world. These are just examples of our attendance and so on. And we have these forums, as I told you, which we are, it's like a best practice visits. We go around the world. We have also conferences that is now having Aspiration Economy, their academic conferences I talk about. Okay. This is an example of a project of foresight in the future. All the studies say that marijuana is going to spread all over the world. Okay. Marijuana, if it didn't reach India, I hope it doesn't reach, but it's going to reach by a different thing. It is the coming style of the next generation, the Z generation and after. So we need to be ready for that. We need to fight it. Can we fight it by normal ways? No, we need to be innovative. So this is what we did in Bosnia. Okay. Bosnia, we had many, especially in Sarajevo, the capital, we had many people who take drugs, or they distribute drugs, and they depend on what? The dealers, they depend on. After they finish school, they start to work with them on making them distributors or addicted to drugs. What we can do is that we create programs first through attracting youth by doing sport programs. But after sport programs, we start to build up what we call self-sufficiency of the school, so that they grow plants and so on around the school, organize the school, improve the school productivity, bring income for the school. And the other issue, we can help them integrate also by doing projects for the society. Okay? And getting again some fund for that and so on. So that we can make them busy and start to see the opportunities in life more than the drug dealer who's waiting around the school to send him some drugs. Okay? So this is one of the type of projects. The other type of project, which is similar to a project we did also, I think we visited here. Well, it's about the figures, families. Okay? The street figures, they have their children also become what? Figures, right? So we wanted to avoid this. So one of the projects that we did, we helped, and yes, there was a project there, but we helped them to improve their productivity by how much they can influence the children, to influence their families, to avoid to be street figures, and open for them opportunities and so on, starting from kindergarten. The other project we did about the future also, as I told you, 17,000 students were measured in Bahrain. Okay? 3 things we found that they change the mindset, because this mindset does not change unless you do. Or if you, as I told you, work with NGOs, or work voluntary work for the society. You want to change your mindset. You want to have if you are a master student, but you are, giving to the society a lot, you have really a holistic mind that can beat any professor at this university. Okay? With all respect to my brothers, sisters and brothers. Okay? By what? By giving a lot to the community. The second thing we found, if you are a multi-language student, so the more you have languages, the more you have creative thinking. The third thing, which is amazing, we find most of these inspired students, they come from, how long I have said? How long I have? 5 minutes more? 2 minutes? 5 minutes? Okay. So the more we have people who come from families that is maybe undereducated, this was surprising for us, okay? And they are lower than B grades, the more they have the potential to be inspiring. Okay? So this is, imagine how much we can have an effect in our society and so on. Another program, I think, Dr. Dunya, this is a specialty.
So I'll talk about this project before I talk about Okay. I'll talk about one of the also issues that we dealt with when we were in Bosnia. In Bosnia, if any of you go to the Google map and put 2 elements, you put the schools and you put the betting shops, where they go and bet and they and this is how they grow up and play more and betting.
Betting gambling.
Mainly the gambling issues. But they started in betting and then it goes to the gambling issue. Around each school in Bosnia, I mean we've done this in Bihać and Sarajevo, there was at least 5 betting shops around each school. That means that all these students, their program was to go out of their schools, go to betting shop, that when they go growing up, it's going to be more, they are going to be gamblers there. So we were in a country, we didn't speak their language, we don't have any influence there, we don't have power, we don't have money to change the things. And whoever we talk to, they say, yes, we are trying to tell the government to change the law, but the law is not changing. We are trying to influence the government, but it's not changing. So it's always about looking for power for others to change these things. What we try to do, we thought, yes, we don't have power, we can't change these things. What we will do, we let the students the school be free of gamblers and betting shoppers. Here where we try to do that, to do afternoon programs for the students, so they go into these programs, so they don't go to the betting shop. We can't have the power to close the betting shops, but we have the power to see what the students need, work with them, so the students stop going to the betting shops and gradually they are going to close. Because no matter what the law is going to change, and even if the law say that they can't be closely after a few kilometers and go. I know some shops can change the title, they will not write the shop, but they can do it inside it. So it's not always about changing the law, it's about changing the mindset of the people and making them using their time in a more powerful thing. The second thing that we've done here, we wanted all our stories that we built, some of them that Dr. Mohammed talked about, to make it more sustainable. So here we do go and we went and work with the radio there, that they work, and it was this radio channel, it's in and TV, it works in North Bosnia and even the areas around in Europe, like Croatia and Austria and the other countries. And here that every week, the group of youth come and talk about their projects, how they have done it, what were the obstacles that they have changed, what are the things that they changed in the socio-economy, what it changed on them and their society, how, and also they only work in prototypes. Whatever examples that we get, it was a prototype. Always when you work in prototype, you will have the formula of your prototype. It will be your own formula that you distribute to others that they can do it in the other areas of the world, and it will be your formula of this project with this group, but each time you change it according to the area specific and country specific that you think. So here we maintain to make a sustainable program that still is there, and youth are going and talking about it and how they do it. And here's one of other stories that we like to talk about. It's about a country in Mauritania. This country is very famous, it's a desert, so it's mainly famous with their camels and their camel wools that they do a lot of carpets with, and they have it around the world. They used to have their factories that women come from villages and work on it. And here when sometimes the thinking, the way we take the capitalism way, how we change things, not always the better, but sometimes I'll take your view and tell you. In this factory, in this village, one of the rich petroleum countries in our area came and says, I'm going to give you millions of dollars to change this factory from a handmade factory that do the camel wool to carpet to make it automated. Here I want to think, do you think this was a good idea? These thinking of capitalism always want to give something with this one. I know you don't need anyone to encourage you to even to answer. Okay, so what do you think of this idea? Sorry?
It's a hypothetical situation. Hypothetical. Actually, it's a hypothetical situation.
Okay.
The government companies can be assured that modern technologies can always create job opportunity, or it can be always beneficial to it.
Okay.
But most probably technology is good. Because I guess...
Can we all there listen to him, please? Okay.
I guess technology is being modern in a society, modernity which is and people are always beneficial of the technology. As well as the country which are investing in this country is not going to extreme level to technology and in the form of technology.
Okay, all right. Any of you have any other idea about it? Gales, you were talking there, so I assume you were discussing this issue, or you were discussing something else? Okay, so what happened there, when we went there, we said, okay, if these carpets becomes an automated carpet, of course the European market will first, they will not like to buy it anymore, because we know that they value the organic things, the handmade craft things more. The second thing, when it's going to be automated, that means going to be always in one place. That means that all women from villages have to leave their family, come here, stay for a while to work in this automated factory, and then where some family issues and problem, social issues is going to be. The third issue thing, if they are going to have it, for example, automated, they can't compete the market, for example, like the market in China, who can produce more carpets in a cheaper way. So here where sometimes when you think with this money things, you are going to change things. We thought that we don't need these millions, we need only a few hundreds of dollars, because each handmade machine will cost only $100. We will buy 5, we will make 1 in each village, where 5 families in each village come and meet in this small home, make it handmade carpets, and then with a good marketing, and because it's only handmade, organic, it's going to be even more valuable in European markets, and this is that China can compete with or any other country, and it's going to be a more valuable place. Here where we thought about the social issues, with how we differentiate our project, working with this money, how we can change the things here. So these are one of the stories that we use the inspiration economy formula, and it's about how we try to use minimum resources things. So, and these stories are continued with different things. This is one of the stories that we worked in with one of the schools. It's an area called Sazine. Here were the students when we visited the principal of this school, of course, as normal principals. They always say that, okay, they talk a lot about their A students and B students, and he was complaining about their, what they call the failure students and students who always used to make problematic issues in their school. And when we thought you want to work with a project with him, he told us that I'm going to give you all my A students and B students so you can make a good project, because I know how are these students. We told him here, we don't want your A students, we want to work with students that you call them failure students. When we work with these students, we know, okay, the way they have received the learning didn't suit them, but they have lots of other powers. We work with them and we found that they have lots of entrepreneurial skills there. So we work with them in the projects that they make, and also projects for the things that they have in the school. I mean, they were in greenery schools, that they had lots of honey things and they kind of produce it and bring it, and then they try to sell it to the market, and they had an income that supported themselves and the school. So it was not always you work with people at a certain level you can bring the best outcomes, but sometimes even where you think that they are problematic people, you can bring more out of them, and they supported even the school more than the A students here. And different things with their guilds and in different colleges. I'm not going to continue in other school. I think we had enough of cases, and I think our 5 minutes are finished by now.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So thank you, thanks a lot. And if you have any questions, you are ready.
Before we conclude, can we have you stand up, please, everybody? I will thank you for because my voice, everybody here comes today out. I would like to hold this, have the picture about not now, wait a minute. Okay. God has given us in our hands an area, what we call it area of ability. It is this area, okay, where the blood flow
Take the photos of this.
is very high, and sometimes the person choose for suicide. Hello, are we? You can repeat after me. Hello, are we?
Alone we are weak.
Alone are we?
Alone we are weak.
Together we are strong.
Together we are strong.
Alone are we?
Alone we are weak.
Together we are strong.
Together we are strong.
We shall work together.
We shall work together
As a family.
as a family
In mutual trust.
in mutual trust
And responsibility.
and responsibility.
My opinion.
My opinion
Is of no importance.
is of no importance.
Judgment is the importance.
Judgment is the importance.
We shall change it.
We shall change it
With teamwork.
with teamwork.
We shall change it.
We shall change it
To our college.
to our college.
We shall change it.
We shall change it
By doing project to our community.
by doing project for our community.
Working for our community.
Working for our community.
Working for our college.
Working for our college.
Working for Nashik.
Working for Nashik.
Working for India.
Working for India.
It's all about teamwork.
It's all about
It's all about projects.
It's all about
Hey, teamwork.
teamwork.
Hey, projects. Our India. Thank you very much.
And the same. So let us pay respect towards their keen efforts with a huge round of applause again. So special thank you Ahmed Madam and Mohammad Sir to share valuable experiences, thoughts and and to gracing the occasion. Now, we are moving towards out of times. Thank you will not be enough, but it is our moral duty to thank you all. So with these words, I request and invite respected Dr. A.B. Saurisia sir to express the deep gratitude. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. I stand before you to propose vote of thanks. First of all, I thank our guest, Dr. Buheji sir and Dr. Dunya Ahmed madam, who are founder and co-founder of International Institute of Inspiration Economy, who took out their valuable time to share their thoughts and inspiration stories. We are looking forward to run a program with IIE and PRDD so that our students can make up inspiration stories of their self and to inspire the society and others. We would like to thank PRDF for making such a wonderful platform for youths to create own inspiration stories, not by getting bookish knowledge, but also by doing the projects. By experiencing the challenges and solving that. I thank Principal B.N. Suryavanshi sir, Principal of HPTRY and Science College, for allowing us to conduct this kind of program and for supporting every time whenever we propose any new idea. He is always there to support us. I thank Principal Suryavanshi sir. I thank Vice Principal sir for their support to conduct this kind of programs. I thank all head of the department for allowing students to attend these programs. Thanks are due to Goswami Madam, Coordinator Women Empowerment Cell and Vidyarthini Manch, HPTRY and Science College for taking a lead role in organizing this lecture and this event. I thank Dr. B.U. Patil for entering the program. I thank Dr. Ghosh and Nikhil Rajput for allowing and arranging this kind of event in our college. Thank you, sir. Thanks are due to non-teaching also for assistance or help that they provide to make this project successful, for making this program successful. And at last, I thank all the participant students without whom this project, this event was not possible. Thank you very much. Thank you. There is some announcement by Dr. Buheji sir. Please sir.
I forgot to say that we have two projects going on. We announced about it, which is Nikhil can talk about it through PRDF. First competition is about paper. You are master students. You are supposed to publish a paper, hopefully, to improve the college rating and also to improve your possibility of getting scholarship for PhD. So we encourage this through our journals. We have two journals, which is your Economy Journal and Inspiration Resilience Economy Journal. They are both published in USA. One of them is already semi-approved by Scopus, so we are in an advanced stage of being approved as a leading journal. And we encourage the competition, and there will be a prize of $1,000 for the best 4 papers. The second thing is we encourage the competition also for doing projects. And I think Nikhil will talk about that and how we can arrange. Please don't leave this room if you really have something, curiosity to do something for your community. If you don't have, then we cannot do anything about it today. Maybe in the future we'll need to when you see the success stories. But really, if you are eager to do something, and maybe you can use it even for your master thesis project or project management, project and so on. Even if you are in science related, not also in humanitarian or management related, also please register your name with Nikhil. These projects also they have prizes, but most of all, more than the prize, we have a cycle actually. I forget to present it, where we after the the prize, for the first prize, we take you to a forum. The forum most probably will be in this university, in collaboration with other universities, hopefully. This forum, we decide the time. Group of coach, he will be the main person who decide the time. But hopefully it will be less than 6 months, hopefully, where you will have time to do your projects. And we'll help you, even I'm willing to come. If I see there's good projects, I'm willing to come to Bahrain to help you in doing the project and doing the disabilities, things about the project, how you solve it, without extra resources. The challenge, how we can change your community with minimal resources. We call it small changes, but to bring major leaps. Okay? So, if I may, I just think you will say something.
Now, you can say one of the favorite student. Now let me inform Dr. Buheji sir and Dunia madam that my two students are working with me on a project. Even though that project is not related to society, it will definitely help in future to the society. What they are working on is ammonia gas sensing using polymers. And honestly, on the coming 26th October, they will be presenting their paper in the international conference in the Kathmandu, Nepal. This is just to tell you that we have already started doing projects. We are doing lot of projects, but of course your idea, your inspiration is totally different. But of course we will learn from it and we will try to do this kind of project also. Thank you very much.
So, good afternoon one and all. So how are you? How was the lecture? How you find it? Good?
I have to say this.
So, I'm representing the organization named as PRDF, that is Peace Research and Development Foundation, established in Nashik itself. It was established by Dr. Ghosh and our co-founder, who is not present over here right now, who is in Goa University, is doing his PhD. His name is Mr. Monojit Das. So his co-founder and Dr. Ghosh is the founder of that organization. And myself, I'm the spokesperson of this organization. And we have collaborated with the organization that Dr. Mohammad Buheji and Dr. Dunia ma'am, they have established name as, they are founders and co-founder, which is IIIE, International Institute of Inspiration Economy. Okay. So the basic thing is that we want to learn from the projects, not from like reading the books, not from listening to the lectures. There's nothing kept over here. Okay. The main thing, the main knowledge that we get, it's on the field. Okay. So this is the point. As Dr. Mohammad Buheji, he told that first they test and then they learn. Okay, so that is the process. That is the learning process. As for example, when I was in TY, when I was in my third year of BSc, when I was learning. Okay, so Dr. HPTRY sir, he approached to the whole class, not from myself, not from Prajakta, to the whole class. Like we have certain projects, like we want to work on that. It's totally different to your field, and you got to be interested. So I guess so only three people were interested, okay? And that also like some of the people left their like projects in middle, and we continued further. Though we are not in this college like from past 2 years, but still we are running the project over here under his guidance. So let's do that. So I'll tell you what I achieved. So it's not like I'm like sharing my experience, but I'm telling you what Dr. Mohammad Buheji tried to explain. Because as I'm a youth, he is also a youth by his thoughts. He is also a youth. They are also youth by their thoughts. Like youth is not a number. It's not a number at all. It's all about thinking. It's all about thought. What do you have in mind? That make you youth, and they are doing that. And they are doing that. So the thing is that. He first, Dr. HPTRY sir, he first gave me a test. He first gave me a challenge. So what that I learned, like from past 2 days, from Dr. Mohammad Buheji and Dr. Dunia ma'am, is to like create challenges for us. Create challenges for us and solve that challenge. Not like overcome all that, solve that with your like, not from external, but from intrinsic, okay? So solve it by yourself. So that will make you better, that will make you learn more. So I'd like to also tell you that they have a daughter, okay? she was at the age of 13, she has organized an international conference, and that was too big. And that was too big, and I am personally inspired by that. Okay? At the age of 13, we are like a 23, 24, around somewhat, right? And she was 30, and we have a mature mindset than her. But they give them challenge. They give her a challenge, and she accomplished it, and it was successful. So round of applause. So what we want, why the reason that we are here is that to make a youth forum. Together, you all guys, you all young youngsters, myself, will solve the problems of the society, not by like statistics, not by learning, not by reading books, but going on field. That is the main point. And there are many things that we couldn't get that. There are like certifications, you're gonna get many of the things, as Dr. Mohammed Buhij told, that for the fundings, for the education, for PhD and all. And the main thing is announce the competition, which is of $1,000. It's not small amount, guys, not small amount for us, right? And like those who are interested, like you have to be interested. Like it doesn't think that we have get so much from the society, and now it's our chance to give back to the society. Like so like we come from middle class family. Like I hope so most of the people they are coming from middle class or low class family. Okay? So we are like very much blessed that our parents that they afforded money, teachers, till masters and all. And many of the people they don't have money and they don't send their students to the their students to the school. That's fact. We can't hide that. That's a fact. And we have noticed that. Like we visited with them to the Salient community girls. Okay, so this is a Muslim community. Basically, they don't send their students to the their child to the school, girl child to the school. Like the literacy rate is near about minimum. So what people are doing, Nashik itself, most of you must not be aware about that. What these people are doing, they are forming a mobile school. Okay, there's a van. It's like it can go anywhere. It can go anywhere in Nashik. It can go anywhere in Maharashtra. Like all of Maharashtra, this project is running, and we are inspired by them. Like these people, they are supporting. Now these people, the villagers, like underpowered people, they are supporting. They are learning many things. Like these students, they teach their parents now. So it's like reverse learning, right? Like you're learning myself and you're teaching to others. So that's what the point is. Okay. So the doors are open for you all guys to do the projects, such kind of projects, like to for giving a society. Like if you're getting educated, well and good. But if you don't use that education to solve your society, then I personally think it's always like to benefit the society. Like the teachers that we have, they are educated, they are highly educated, they are doctorate holders, but they are spreading their education, they are spreading their thoughts, they are spreading their knowledge throughout teaching us, and they are all that who made us. So I like to give a round of applause for these guys. So lastly, not taking much of your time, and I'd like to announce that we are running a forum, like we are establishing a new forum in Nashik itself, that creating a platform. As Dr. Mohammed Buhij told me that we want to create a platform from local to international, from zero to something. Okay, so we all invite you guys to be part of that and be part of that program, and we'll do the project success and stories. I myself and you all guys will someday be a success story to another people, right? You will be inspiration to another. We get inspired by them, we can inspire someone else. So that's the point. Yeah, thank you. So we have one paper with us, so you can just leave on your registration, like your email ID, your name and phone number. So we can also go further. No issues about that. They are over here, but for safety, you just register that. Okay? Thanks. Thank you a lot.
Practicals are regular. We do counseling. For our students, we have mentor systems. That is in chemistry. That is the biggest department in our college. We have 17 faculty members, and we have biggest strength of students. And as I said, percentage of girls is more. So in mentor system, their personal problems we discuss. Then also we discuss the problem. We have anti-ragging committee. We have internal complaint committee in college also. That is sexual abuse at workplace or in the premises. So we have that cell. And personally we talk to a group of students, and it includes both girls and boys. Some have economic problems, some have family problems, mother is not there, or some divorce issues are there with the parents and all. So we try to resolve them. Some people are working, some students. In science faculty it is difficult to have a working student and attend oral lectures and practicals. So we have to give them extra time for getting their internals and all those things. So that way we help. And some have the issues which are that is abuse from boys or something. And normally
Bullying, also bullying.
yeah. So normally by bringing both the parties together, we give them counseling.
So it's like social support.
Yeah. Then we organize lectures by different expertise. Then we also have field visits. That is, some people are doing social work. That is, one time we had gone to hearing impaired students school is there.
Okay.
So we take our girl students there, and there how the upbringing of the students is done. That is it. Because most of the school children are from Slovenia.
Okay.
So they also get some aid from other agencies and all those things.
So do you have students with disability within the university?
Here in this
the college?
Yes. We have some, because in post-graduation there is reservation for those students.
Okay.
So some are that is impaired, either hearing or walking or whatever it is. So they have they can be admitted here with some reservation.
Okay. So but they are included in the classes. They have all the
Yeah.
services.
What projects you did? So you did some work for the deaf, right? For the benefit of the deaf, you said? Society?
No, society. That is, we do not do that, but we visit.
Visit only to make awareness.
And some girls get inspiration from them.
Okay.
To do such type of work.
Okay. But you are not related to community-related problems related to women issues. Are you doing any projects in that area?
No, not that.
So that's why I wanted to meet you to start, because see, from my experience, also, is that most of the problems that we can be solved with all respect to our profile, so he's doing a very good job. He was telling about his water projects in different villages. Frankly, most of the socio-economic problems that we face, it can be solved by women, more than men. And frankly, they are more dedicated than men. Unfortunately, this is, we have to talk about ourselves, and we don't have this persistence or inspiration to continue the journey. We might start, but we don't finish. While our experience with women all over the world, everyone, they finish the work. You have to make the model. They are persistent in doing that. So it's an opportunity, because universities today are measured, engaged by their publications, which come from case studies, and by their bridges with the community. If you are sitting in a community and outside you, there is beggars, there is women that is not working, unemployed women, or women, we have them, you call them unpaid women. Unpaid economy women is very high. I mean, working at home, but they are not paid. What can we do for them? And these are some type of projects which can be collaborative, multidisciplinary. So physics and science and engineering can come here in collaboration with humanities and management, different students, and they can build up one project where they can use it for their masters or their graduation DC and so on. I believe this will make a difference for the community and for you guys, and also for us if you are interested to work with us, because we are very strong in doing models and doing very good models. The more we create models, the more you will have ability to show your visitors when they come what is the added value of this university. Because very difficult to track students, but you can show what the students' projects really have done to the society, instead of just how many theses they have done or how many project reports they have done. Okay? This
On
is what I
personal
do.
level, we do this because I have 3 maids.
Right.
And their husbands, normally they are not working or they are having drug addiction and all
Yes.
these things, or
Yeah.
they take
Alcohol.
wines and alcohol.
Yes.
So these ladies are running their families.
Right.
So all the 3 of my maids, their children, I have met them to have education.
Excellent.
And one of them is, she is BA, B.Ed, and she is also doing MA, and she has become a school teacher.
Yeah. But our power man, this is also, our parents does that. They, usually they like to build, for example, in our country, mosque, or a different poor area, or temples, or do well, or do a school. But this is also, we call it growth. This will be done, for sure. Very good. Thanks for these people who are doing this work. But they need people also like us, who are looking to solve the problems and we develop. So by the way, we solve a problem of society through our, again, ability of the mind, we can, we develop also, not only the society develops. And this is what we need to, I think, use more. Is that you are having wealth of students. Your wealth today, better than anybody outside, even if he's maybe PhD, is that you have underused students. The students have so much power to do. And so much, by the way, waste time. And instead of wasting their time by chatting and now and so on, or going and sitting anywhere in the coffee shop and so on, we can lose their time. You can see, it's an example. So much time is given for this, okay? Before the visit, during the visit, after the visit. This is the way we can read people. He will be a leader for sure. He knows that he's working not only for the society, he's working for the self. Like Aristotle said, okay? And like Andy taught us, be the change that the world you want to see, right? So let us use this wealth. And this wealth, we work on it a lot. See, even the waste pickers, the women waste pickers, we told the Starjida, the Visa, Seva NGO, they're working for their rights, fighting for their rights and so on. But this will take a long time and it's political pathway. Let them take it, very good, they're doing a good job. But let us do something that improve their power very quickly and their political very quickly.
And here we can see what will make this women empowerment in the university more valuable. I mean, I'm sure that in the communities there are lots of women empowerments and giving support to the girls. The first thing that it's leaded by academics. So you know how to use this data. By now, I mean this college having this women empowerment for years, you know even the data, what is the repetitive problems. And we always know that if one woman comes to register a violence or sexual abuse or something, it's 1 from 9% they didn't come. So you know that if 1 comes, that 9 didn't come. So by now, I think you have the data that you have. And here where you should bring the data, analyze it, and how we can prevent having this, and how we can put programs that reduce these programs, rather than only giving support for one girl who comes here and announce it, how we can make it for the group. I think here where the women empowerment departments can shift more, because, and especially that it's leaded by academics, that they know how to make this study, can make the models, can change it for a better, rather than just encouraging girls to come and talk about their problems.
The idea is that, as Dr. said, is that we use our strength. Your strength here is that you are scientists people. You really make judgment based on facts. So we need to start from wherever we are now. I'm not talking about just go directly to the community. Start inside. Okay, like I always say, this Batman, this Batman film. Did you see it?
Yeah.
This guy is a scientist. He's not a normal person, even if he doesn't have any education. Because he measured things. He's seen that this is a problem around. Okay, for example, we can do the same here. For example, if we have, is it really we have a bullying problem? What type of bullying problem? What type of women that they are having bullying problem? Okay? What type of boys they are creating bullying problem? Okay? By this, we start to do a project. And then how much we had before, and then after we did our change, it will be like something that we track a problem with it, how much it have reduced. The Dunya, for example, did a major project in Bahrain for divorce. We had a huge rate of moving ratio was very high for divorce. Because of the changes now in society and so on. People, they are now, especially youth and so on. This can be done. You see, imagine a complex problem like divorce. was reduced in 3 years to about less than half. So this is an example of how much we can do for our.
And this was done without changing the law at the beginning. It was just using the data, seeing where is the problem, focus in certain areas, and then we could have made a better model.
So this is why we wanted to meet you, to encourage, beside the students, what we said upstairs, is that you guys, you also give us some ideas and suggestions, that we'll work together for it, and propose a leader for it from you, faculty and the students, and let's work on it. So that's the idea. Then we can go to the community also and build bridges also more.
And then you can be a woman empowerment model for other colleges in the country. I mean, so that you work in women empowerment in general, you follow up the impact of women after they graduate from your college, what they are doing in the society, or what is their contribution.
I guess we call it women development.
And the same thing, how they are changing to their social aspects. I mean, not only to work academically better, but even the social and family life, how their things change. So here it would be like a woman research-based center that's measuring more the impact of women.
We work on 3 levels, man. Women empowerment, which is the basic. Women development, she said about tracking women, what they do after they leave this college and so on, and how much they did for the society. And women advancement. In Bahrain today, because women Bahrain is really very high, even OECD, you know OECD, which is the countries that develop the economic cooperation development. They came to Bahrain, or the only place they came outside Europe, Bahrain. And they did the conference because of the achievement of women in Bahrain. We are moving now from women development to women advancement, which means women have to prove that they are improving the society, not only getting empowered by the society. Okay. So they don't need only empowerment. They very minimal. We are minimizing the empowerment and measuring more advancement and development. So that's the idea.
Besides this college and this, I am in one organization that is called as Swadhyay. Panduram Shastri Athole is basically from Maharashtra, and he is now no more. But he was born in 1920.
Can you repeat the name of the society?
Panduram Shastri Vaijanath Shastri Athole. Panduranga Vaijanath Athole. So he has found the organization that is Swadhyay, where we go to villages monthly. Then also in a year, 6 to 10 days. Then we meet people. We forget about all our ornaments that I am such and such postgraduate teacher, this, that. We go mix with them. We take our own tiffin, own ticket and own time. We meet them. And like me, there are crores of people who are working all over the world. He has awarded many international awards, Raman Magsaysay, then 25th Precious Award he has obtained. And we are working in that organization where my total family is involved in that.
Excellent.
And there are many, one lady is from Dasak Panchak near Nashik Road. She is a housewife. They have a farm and all these things, a joint family. She has learned all Bhagavad Gita, 700 shlokas by heart.
Wow.
So that inspiration came by listening to Dr. that Panduram Shastri Athole's Pravachana. And he has lots of projects as of your thinking. That we have projects for farmers, projects for fishermen, projects for all traveling places. So there is one site, if you want all details, you can get it from swadhyay.org. Swadhyay.org. Now he is no more. He lost his life in 2003. But his daughter, she is Dhanashri Athole. So
we are willing to collaborate with any NGO through you also, ma'am. This is another thing that we can do. And also we are inviting you tomorrow, for example, we are going to the village, right?
Which?
Evening, like Belgaum. So the first visit on 2nd October was that village. So the thing was that there's a women cell in that village, okay? And they have to develop this self-independent groups for like savings and all, they get all the other things. Yeah, yeah, fine. and they are getting many of these things made like jewelries, right? Artificial jewelries. So the company is getting these jewelries to these people. Firstly, they used to send to Mumbai for making it, but they have sent the jewelries to these villager people, and they are trained and they are making and earning lots of profit. And success story, one success story was there was one woman. So she used to make masala. So she has tried for 7 to 8 years hard. She is now I guess so 50 or 60s. Yeah, she must be liking that. And right now she is getting orders of 100 tons of masala from US from export and everything. That's another success story. Machines and all. Yeah. So what is the thing is that, so to more improvise and more to develop that village, so what Sir suggested is that to set up a market, local, there's no local market over there. So just to challenge them. Like you challenge them, they overcome, okay, they learn. So just to challenge them, just for one day, they are in a market for us, okay. So like to invite you all people, so over there, so like to encourage them also, and we are
the more they see people, the more they will feel. They told them it's a very nice village, very organized village. It can have a bazaar, weekly bazaar, where people can go and enjoy their time. It was very clean village, actually. Besides, is that starting to see the projects. We are not starting project yet, but just tell them, you start from yourself, show us how much you can bring, from anything, sari, anything, resale, whatever, show us how you can convince us to buy. And we promise you are going to buy. Okay, to take to Bahrain and souvenirs, whatever. So this is the idea, also this is an example.
And another thing, so I'd like to tell you, he himself, Joseph sir, and one more sir, he is from his department, Joshi sir.
Yeah.
So they both have run a project named as hands-on activity and science activity for the school students. They invite school students and they make projects like the MSc or BSc students, they make like hands-on projects, basic projects that they can understand to getting the moment of inertia, gravity, force, and concept of that. And through simple ideas, through creative ideas, they explain them and they create interest of these school-going children in this science. So this was the good project, like, and it was not for the
Yes, we need from him. There are many projects. We can see which projects that we can help us to use in other places also, and explore and make it as a model. You know, so a New York name. So that's what we also interested.
So like they will be they were giving that
the water project.
Water. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us or Dr. Dunya? She's a world-class expert in women issue and people with disabilities and so on.
And also with the women strategy for women.
We put the strategy of Bahrain for 10 years for women advancement, to move from empowerment to advancement. We are trying now to push them towards that no more empowerment. We don't need empowerment. We already have women, for example, they are more than 56, I think, in the government. Okay, and percentage. There are lots of women leaders, leading banks, leading lots of organizations. So they don't need any more empowerment. They need now to show how much, and to show the men that they are better than men even in achieving results for the community, reducing poverty, unemployment, and so on. So, for example, we are doing projects with them about actual projects, not only plan. We are having plan, but we are doing also projects. That now the entrepreneurs, the women entrepreneurs, they are challenged now and measured by KPI of how much they are becoming mentors for the family, productive family women. We are just startup. Actually, and we found out something that we didn't expect. We thought that this lady from the entrepreneurship, she will help this lady, right? Actually, opposite is happening. She had, for example, course that she didn't have. So it is made a lot of bridges between these two. They are growing their products, and these people, they are also getting support, that they are getting new business from this entrepreneur. This is an example of how women can be a network with women, and they can support each other.
This changing paradigm, that is what I learned from your lecture, is you said instead of having only this, in Marathi we call it Zapad Lavde.
Right.
When horses they run, then their eyesight is made that they see only the road.
Right. And so what that we want to change.
Whereas when you are educated, then you open your horizon, thinking process.
So this way will make us, instead of only working with our, let's say, housemaids and so on, which is are doing great job, so I'm not undermining that. This is, we call it, again, enthusiasm or sympathy.
Yeah.
We want to move to more knowledge-based.
Yeah.
okay, which is empathy. And then we go to profound knowledge, which means profound knowledge means that you be the owner of this project. Everybody will do it, it will be, you'll have a credit. Even if I hide your name, still you'll have this credit and you'll feel your power. And this is what Gandhi taught us, influencing without power. I know you don't need just doing the work by the wheelie machine. 1,000 second day started to do that. The whole country started to do it. So this is the idea. So I'd appreciate if we can arrange through Nickel your projects, whatever we can do together, or we can do it because the idea is that we bring to the forum very strong case studies. Lots of people is coming from all over the world, usually from this forum, and sometimes we get about 30 people experts in the one forum from outside India or outside the country, hosting country. So we'd like it to be very local case studies and scientific based. I mean, we should measure things before what was happening. How much people, for example, used to get diseases because waterborne diseases, and how much we now, if they are reduced. Okay, same thing for women development. How much now they are not only earning money because we are giving them support, but how much their family life has changed. Okay, how much they are now contributing to the society. Once they start to give back to society, they are starting to go towards more advancement. How many are moving from being poor to lower middle class by their income and so on. That's the measures. Usually we, I mean, what we call, we do the reverse radical change. So we do a complete opposite of what's happening today. Most of charity today or humanitarian, what they do, they go and give money so that you support day-to-day activities. But this doesn't change people's life or our. We want to fight that by 2025, when you become a world-leading class country, you don't see lots of people, in the street, and they say, okay, these the top people are reaching there, the poor still are there, and so on. We want to minimize this gap. Okay? And you are living in a country full of opportunities like this. I think India is full of opportunities that we can leave legacy, each one of us. Okay, no questions for us?
I have a question. There was a graph in your presentation, right, where you have correlated the size of the family with the youth, the power to get inspired. Size of the family.
So again?
Size of the family. They have correlated size of the family with the youth.
Yes.
It was a graph.
Yeah, I think
yes, that one for Inspire.
Yes.
Actually, yes, this is very interesting. Huh? We found that the families which is higher, they have higher kids, many number of kids.
More number of kids.
Because usually they are lost. Usually we like to have 2 kids, 3 kids. By the way, I have 6 kids. So. And they are mostly they are graduating now. But we found that these people, they are more, I'm talking about 17,000 sample. Huh? So this is done in 2 years. They are having, and they are, by the way, they are not a highly educated family. Their income is lower middle class or lower. They are bringing more inspiring students. Then inspiring means that, what means inspiring? They will take challenges, they will deal with failures, they visualize their future, okay, or entrepreneur families, sometimes the father is trying something like this. We find that they will have potential to be bringing more inspiring kids than some families of lower sizes. That's
So it was like putting the formula, what are things? It was the number size of the family, having challenges. If they speak more than one language, and this is one of the ones that
voluntary work. What
they do. So when they speak more language, they think in different aspects, and also working in volunteers.
The most important factor to create a change in anybody's life, frankly, is that you bring him to challenge him during his education. The earlier we challenge them, for example, let's talk about my daughter. She is the best of my children. My children, the first one is professor in university. Okay, Polytechnic University. But we not challenged. She was very spoiled compared to her 5, siblings. The second one, no, because we challenged them. The last one I challenged her since she was 3 years old. Okay, so the challenge is she got used to challenge. To the extent she don't like to spend her holiday with us when we go to luxury holidays. She always go to poor countries and do some projects. She's leading their teams. When she was young, they didn't allow her to register her own NGO. So she did an illegal NGO inside the team. She called it Ship of Hope. They called her project Ship of Hope. used to go directly to poor areas, and she started with something simple, to go to the labor people and help them with the water and so on, and then talk to them about what their life and how they can do. She started with something very simple. Then today she go to countries, poor countries, like Zanzibar and other countries, and try to do some work with them. So that's, and she's just now second year in medical school. So that's an idea. I mean, we let's challenge our children or our students, here your students, before they graduate. This is an opportunity for you that you change someone's life. You know, always I say, I repeat this, Gordon Brown, the Prime Minister of UK. He said after they kicked him out from the ministry, he said people can live without water for only 3 days. Can live without air for only a few minutes. But people, can they live without inspiration? Are they living? Lots of people around us, if you ask now any person outside, what's your purpose in life? I would say, I want to be a doctor. I want to be like this. I want to be rich. Is this a purpose in life? Nobody will tell you, or very few will tell you that you want to change our community, want to change our village. I want to come back and do something for my family so that I make them more educated, to see life in a different way, or to be leading, make India the top, I want to go to Mars so that I represent India and really improve India, advancement in technology. You don't see that. I want to be engineer, I want to be, that's what we hear. So this is the idea that we should work for. And they will not see this unless they go to the field. As Nikhil said it right, the field is the expert. You want expertise, go to the field. They will, it will teach us, school of life.
So, material resources is also the advisor of PRB.
Okay, sir. So, we'll see you more.
You know the concept of bonsai.
Bonsai, oh, of course. I work with Japanese
those who are
company.
pampered, they become bonsai.
Yes.
Otherwise, when you be in a very hot sun, rainy season, rain days, that get more challenges. Then it flourishes and lives for years together.
I work with Japanese company for 2 years, so I'm very impressed by Japanese. Thank you very much for your time, and I wish you all the best. And hopefully we can communicate with you together. You have our emails. If you want welcome, we can give you. You are very welcome to participate with us in this journey. We are starting this journey in India. So
you are in India for how many days?
We are living on
6.
Thank you very much. I hope to see you if you can come to the village. It will be very encouraging.
Yeah, on evening.
Just emotionally, I feel if they feel many people, different when they see only few people.
It's Friday. It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
What time?
I guess so. 4 o'clock.
I'll give you, we'll confirm to you here.
I just confirm from them.
Yeah. Do you know telephone of Professor?
No, you can call it.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks to you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Staying in Nashik.
Yes.
I'll give you, since you have given us lots of ideas at your time. I was to give your students, but they were, I will give you at least one book from our book. I think the resilience book will fit. It's an electronic book. You can download it through going to this website. Okay, and have a number. Okay, so this is, because very important for women empowerment, they talk about resilience in conflict. Okay, so that's
and you can put it on in a library so that so if they have computers and all students can read and
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Can we go?
These two sports.
And this is a military school. Can you tell us?
Yeah, this is an actually military-based school. Many of the sportsmen and who have won medals in Olympic and all, they have been students of this college. They are trained over here.
Is that the main military school in all India or just Nashik?
No, all India. It has two branches. One is in Nagpur and one is in Nashik. So the people all over India, they come and they took admissions in this college, and this is in the field of sports. They are encouraging sports more and military-based values. That's the idea.
هاي إعلان محاضرتنا بالإنجليزي وهاي نفس الشيء بس which language this؟ أماراتي. أوكي. مراتي. أوكي. هاي بالمراتي. هاي بالإنجليزي.